Hey friends, good morning, good evening, and welcome to one of the sessions of the Bootcamp. And today we are going to do sprint retrospective. But before we do retrospective, we have some good news to celebrate. Two of the Bootcamp people recently got a new job, and we have Saranya over here. Saranya, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Would you want to share your experience? How was the journey?
Yes, obviously. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Feels so good. Thank you. Okay, I think 35 of you, 35 of us are here, and I know the 5 minutes I'm going to take, okay, must be very useful. Who am I? Yes, I'm Saranya. I'm from the southern part of India, Chennai. So, where were I before joining the boot camp? I would like to start there. Okay, couple of things I would like to mention. Mental stage. Um, March. Okay, I had to quit around March 2025, and it was a voluntary reason. Okay, and a couple of months I had been thinking about what journey to pursue because I had multiple skills, and obviously you all will have multiple skills, right? So either you acknowledge it or recognize it or not, you all have multiple skills. So similarly, I had UX, Scrum, product ownership, this kind of things, and also into management. So I was thinking like, should I pursue UX at the time? Okay, because I was more drawn into it, though I was doing the Scrum and product ownership. Um, so couple of months I took, figured it out, and that's my mental stage. Okay, the confusion everything. And second thing is like, I was not under any payroll, obviously, for the main reason. Okay, so thinking about spending something into course or with any mentor was something a huge decision for me. Okay? Easily I cannot make it, okay, because it's some kind of huge amount that I would like to spend. The mental stages I was at before joining the bootcamp, and so what I did is like I joined UX, okay, design. I did take intense program. I made some portfolio. I kept it aside. Um, I don't want to pursue it because I want to even try the Scrum and the product ownership. So then I started looking for mentors. Um, as in like there is Rebel Scrum, if you guys are aware of. She is a very good person who writes a very set of good blogs. So she's a US kind of a person, I think. I was following her, and then I also got stumbled upon Anand's video on LinkedIn. Okay, and I got to know that he is a PST a trained person who takes all these boot camps and all the certification examinations. Obviously, I did not have PSM. I was not PSM certified at that point. Okay, though I had been a Scrum Master for 4 to 5 years. Now, I decided to go with Anand Bootcamp for the very obvious reason, which is authenticity. Okay, when I looked into Anand's video, I felt like, okay, he's sitting next to me and he's going to teach me something. Okay, though it's going to be virtual, I felt like he's more authentic person. Even if you had watched one few of his early videos, you would have observed that Anand is reading out a couple of lines. Okay, and he did not delete those videos. He was okay with it. Okay, so that kind of authenticity, I felt like, okay, maybe we should go with Anand the bootcamp. And the second reason was the next company I'm going to join. I want to avoid all the embarrassment because the previous company we followed Scrum, but we modified Scrum. Okay, a lot of parts. 15 minutes less than that you take for the daily Scrum, we'll take 30 minutes also, and we will justify it. A lot of things we used to do. Okay, and I felt like, okay, we need a very proper training. And Anand was offering a 30-day intense program, which is more like I was on a break. So every day I can sit with him and gain some knowledge. So I felt like, okay, we should go with Anand. We'll try it out. And I'm okay to spend that amount, and that's those are the reasons why I joined boot camp. Now, if you ask me what happened in the boot camp, uh, first, yeah, from the beginning, I felt like a lot of concepts, a lot of knowledge he started sharing was everything new to me. Um, the new it is new to me because I didn't discover it previously. I didn't check for that how to resolve this problem point of view. I never Googled it. Okay, maybe that's why it's new, or maybe I didn't have that previously. So it was new to me. After a week, I felt like, okay, Agile is my journey. Why? Because I got a very good mentor. Okay. So this is no scripted. I'm just sharing it because I really wish he deserves everything. So the adkar, the scarf, the knowledge he started sharing. Originally, it was Scrum Bootcamp, but I was so lucky. I joined the first bootcamp. He started sharing product owner point of view concepts also. So I felt like both, I'm benefiting from both concepts. So those things help out. And if you ask me one takeaway point from bootcamp, it challenges you the way you think, the way you approach the problems. Okay, he guides you, he helps you out in the way you think, he modifies it. Okay, and that's the real value of agile, I would say. Okay, so that's something that I gained from bootcamp. And obviously the Jira tool, I was good in Monday.com, not in Jira. I also had some kind of vibes that people are recruiting only if you have Jira tool exposure. Okay, so that's such things were there. So those things were all ticking off when I joined. Okay, so after joining bootcamp, I got the confidence, the clarity, and I started applying, but not immediately. Again, I took 2 to 3 months, which is a very big mistake I made. I suggest you guys don't do that. Always he suggests to start applying from the day one. Okay, if you're looking for an opportunity, start applying. I also second that. And then benefit of joining this bootcamp is connecting with like-minded people. Okay, if I'm boring you, this is the last point. I'm just coming to the closure. Connecting with peoples. Okay, like Rachit, Manoj, and then Gaurav, Sheetal ma'am, Praveen, and then he also helped me join a TDD course with Murali sir. So these are all some amazing people who shared their uh, thoughts, who helped me clear my mind whenever I was down. And we all traveled together. And the people I mentioned is not from the same bootcamp, different bootcamp. Okay, so it's like growing in a community. Okay, so that's a freebie that should not be given as a freebie. But yeah, that's the benefit of joining Anand Bootcamp. So thank you, sir. Thanks for everything. And people here, if you would like to connect, please join the bootcamp. I'll be joining also. If you need anything, let me know. Thank you. And thanks for all the good vibes you gave me. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Hi,
Back to you.
Saranya. Thanks for that long speech.
Sorry,
No,
too
no, no,
much.
that's
Huh?
okay.
5 minutes I tried.
No,
Ten
no, no.
minutes.
Which company did you join, by the way?
By the yes, I transitioned from EdTech Mazari to Pfizer, which is a fintech company. That's my client. My employer is IGI and three-layered vendor. It is LA, my is my seating. So I go to client office, Pfizer, fintech in Chennai. Yeah, it's
Oh,
new to
wow.
me, vendor management, but yeah, challenging. It will be
As a product
challenging.
owner, right?
As a product owner, thank you. Yes, as a product
Now, in the
owner.
subsequent boot camps, bring the challenges that you are having in the organization, and we'll try to fix that.
Definitely. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Definitely, sir.
Welcome.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And we have another one, Praful. Praful also recently got the job. He just updated me a few weeks back. Praful, you're there. Hey,
Yeah,
Praful.
yeah, here, Anand. Hi.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Anand. Hello, everyone. So good to be here. So, myself, let me introduce. I'm Praful. I've been part of, I think, couple of boot camps from Anand now. It's been ongoing, like continuous learning for me. So, past few, I would say, I've been part of his bootcamp since one I was part of May the 2025. Then I couldn't continue because of some reasons. Then I was part of his bootcamp in the month of October, full completely. So that's where complete bootcamp experience started for me. Even before that, I have been following Anand because of his posts or inspirational. Because he's well versed or experienced person in this agile coaching field, and that's where I prior to this I was part of ABB, wherein I worked as a Scrum Master. Then prior to that, I worked in ARM. So that's where my project management career started. Then recently with ABB, I've been a full-time Scrum Master. Then because of the I would say uh, uh, company restructuring, I had issues with that impacted my position. That's wherein I had to come out of ABB, which even though I didn't want to because of companies policy or companies, this thing I came out. That's when I wanted to transition. I was looking for mentorship. I tried applying, wasn't getting through. Then that's wherein, since I was following Anand, I approached him, and that's wherein my bootcamp experience started. And initially, I did not keep any expectations. I just wanted to keep learning from Anand, and it was a good taste, I would say, because this is not a typical bootcamp. Some others may run just giving you theory or anything. So it is a complete, I would say, end-to-end practical experience you will gain once you start experiencing that bootcamp, because all sorts of topics will be covered. If you want to transition into Scrum Master from non-technical role or any other background, you will get a good taste of how you can transition into Scrum Master role. And it'll be a practically oriented bootcamp, I would say, which is really, really good. It's not just theory stuff. Anand would really enlighten you with new ideas, and I would say really give you a taste of how to be a Scrum Master. And it'll be completely practically oriented learning in boot camps each day, and it'll be learning with each other, not just Anand sharing something and people sitting in the Zoom call, they'll be listening in. Anand ensures that everyone is involved, they have to speak, there'll be a lot of activities going on, and you'll enjoy it thoroughly. And it'll be a wonderful experience, I would say. And please, whoever is aspiring to be a Scrum Master, please do attend Anand's bootcamp. It is really, it'll be an eye opener once you start experiencing it, because people who don't know what is a Scrum Master or anything, Anand will ensure that once you attend, you will definitely transition into the Scrum Master role properly. And one more amazing thing about Anand's bootcamp is that it's not just you learn for one bootcamp and that is done and dusted with you. He'll ensure that you'll be part of upcoming bootcamps, and you'll keep learning. And that is the beauty of Anand's, I would say, bootcamp structure, the way he runs it, or the way he evolves it. And he has been evolving the bootcamp. And you'll keep learning from many of the other people, uh, as well as who have got job, who are looking for job. People can inspire here, learn from each other, and keep learning. And definitely, the way Anand structures it, right? So you will feel and get that confidence that you will definitely get a job if someone is trying to transition. That I would say. And also, I would say Anand is one person who, the way once he talks, right? Once you get to know, or once you experience his coaching style, or I would say, what I would say, the way he explains any topics or conducts any topics, you'll definitely start to enjoy being a Scrum Master, because he'll ensure that what at workplace you're going to experience, he'll ensure that it'll be part of bootcamp. As Sharanya said, right? You can go and implement those learnings right away in the workplace once you get a job. So it'll be that kind of beautiful learning Anand will give. And I really thoroughly enjoyed Anand's all the, I mean, couple of boot camps I have attended, and this November batch I did attend in the starting. Then, because of my ongoing other, I would say, this job related interviews or other stuff, I got busy with that and I couldn't attend that. But definitely, I'll be, as I've informed Anand, I'll be part of the subsequent boot camps which I'll be starting, and keep learning. It's not the end of the journey for me, because definitely we have to learn from each other. Then only people will grow, and this community will grow better. It's a wonderful platform that Anand has started for. That's that's a small word. I would say it's a blessing in disguise for many, because getting a right mentor in this complex world is very, very difficult. And Anand is one who will definitely help you out, not just with the boot camp, the concepts of being a Scrum Master. Along with that, he'll give tips and ideas for refining your CV, getting on one-on-one sessions with you to make yourself more confident, how to approach interviews, or how to crack those set of interviews. It's just, and also the boot camp since initial days when Anand started, it has been evolving in a wonderful way. And every time it's a new concept that Anand comes up with. So that is another wonderful thing. And yeah, and also over the past 2-3 months, what rejections I've faced in many interviews, the kind of interactions I had with Anand, that gave me confidence how to learn from those rejections from many companies and evolve and try to crack that. what is that something that is lagging? So that's when I fine-tuned. I used Anand's suggestions, his ideas, and then that really helped me crack interviews. And yeah, finally, after a few months of trying, I've cracked the Scrum Master role. And yeah, thankful and grateful for Anand for giving me this opportunity to speak up. And yeah, yes, that's in short. Said Anand. There are a
Thanks,
lot of
Praful.
things. Again, I don't want to take too much of time because your agenda is on the. Uh, I would say your agenda is more for this particular Zoom meeting. So, in short, I'll keep it crisp.
Thanks, Praful, for such an encouraging word and how your journey would help others also who are onto the same path. And looking forward, Praful, we are going to include lots of project management techniques from this bootcamp.
Wonderful.
So, kind of a mini PMP preparation will be happening.
See, that is one beautiful addition we didn't have in previous bootcamps. That's how I'm saying Anand keeps evolving every bootcamp. This addition, what he brings in. So that is
Yeah.
wonderful.
Because
Definitely,
nowadays,
I look forward to be part of that.
welcoming you. Because nowadays they expect in the market not to be just a Scrum Master, but Scrum Master plus project manager. So you can't just be learning Scrum Mastery. You have to learn
Correct.
project management. So we are going to expand our bootcamp syllabus. So please, Praful, others do join.
Definitely. And also one more point I wanted to add what you said, Anand, that's definitely over the last 2-3 months, what I've experienced is the way the role is expanding the market, how what it's demanding, rather than being called as a Scrum Master, now they're saying it as technical project manager along with the Scrum Master. That's what how the terminology is coming up. I completely align with you on that part that rather than just being a Scrum Master doesn't help in the current way how it's progressing. Along with that, we need to be acting as a proper technical project manager. That's how we'll
Indeed.
evolve. Yeah, going forward. So
Thanks,
glad
Prof.
to be part of the Zoom meeting. And yeah, so the people who are already working, keep continuing learning, and people who are looking for job, you'll have wonderful experience. So that's for sure. And please do take it up properly because if you show that interest, Anand will ensure that you will be not just get a job, you'll keep learning. That's the beauty of it. Because what will happen is other parts, once you attend some boot camp, that will be the end of it. And once you get a job, you'll be busy with work, other things. But here, beauty is that Anand will ensure that you can be part of subsequent boot camps and you can keep learning with the community and it will keep growing. You can share your experiences. And then that's how the community builds. And yeah, as I said, gratitude to Anand and this platform for
Yeah.
giving us that continuous learning experience. So I look forward, Anand. I won't take too much of your time. Sorry
Uh,
again.
Thanks, Praful, for taking out time. I know you were out, so really appreciate that.
That's great. Anytime, anytime, anytime. All right. Thank you all. Have a wonderful
Take care.
evening and look forward to meet you all and part of Bootcamp. Yeah. Thank you. Take
Take
care.
care. All right, bootcamp people, let's get back to the business of sprint retrospective. If you go through the Agile Manifesto principle number 12, if someone asks me what is your favorite, if you have to select one principle out of the 12 principles, I will always choose this one. At regular intervals, the team reflects on how to become more effective, then tunes and adjusts its behavior accordingly. Why do I find this my favorite? Because even if I'm not doing any of these 11 principles, if I do this properly, this principle will make sure that I end up doing all those 11 principles. That is an importance of retrospective. You don't become perfect by just watching. You do it and then you become perfect. You don't have to become confident and then do it. You do it to become confident. That's the motto of our retrospective. And retrospective is a very powerful technique for product owners, scrum masters, anyone, managers, to reflect how to become better. So we are going to do retrospective today. But here's a twist. We're not going to do retrospective in a very boring what went well, what can be improved, what's the action item. We are going to do with different flavors. One of the flavors, so we are going to experience three different ways of retrospective. One, observational retrospective. So Retrospective is something is happening around you. You are observing like a fly on the wall, and you will identify what can be improved. That is one. Second is behavioral retrospective, where you are not observing, everyone is observing, and they will come up with their own ways of how to be better. Now, you are not doing it, they are doing it. And the third one is data driven retrospective. So, we will be using AI to do a data driven retrospective. Let's start with a behavioral retrospective. Sorry, observational retrospective. I'm going to simulate a situation. Bootcamp people, you will be listening to that, and then you will become observing what are the anti patterns in this, and then come up with a corrective action. Okay, observation, you're observing it. So you're ready, friends? Right. So I want all the bootcamp people to stay relaxed, maybe close your eyes, and you're going for a mental simulation. Imagine that you are entering in a conference room. It's Friday evening, 6 p.m., and you are observing a sprint review of a Team Avengers. Now, I am going to read out the entire situation for you, and you may be listening to it. And wherever you see any anti pattern, you may note down so that it can be used for our observational retrospective. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so the meeting begins 15 minutes late because the projector was not working. Well, the room is very crowded with the Scrum team. There are hardly any end users in the conference room. And suddenly you see Rahul, the Scrum Master, coming in. Hey, okay, everyone. Thanks for joining. I know it's late on a Friday. Let's get started. I have prepared a 20-slide PowerPoint presentation, and let me walk you through that in detail. And next 10 minutes, Rahul just goes through each slide one by one. Suddenly, Priya, the product owner, interrupts. Hey, Rahul, thanks. So, Mr. Sharma, our key stakeholder, couldn't join today. But we have his proxy, Suresh, who's here. Suresh, I want to present my accomplishments to you. Suresh, who's a stakeholder proxy, looking at his phone and barely looking up. Okay, just show me the features so I can sign off on this release. I have to just give a go, no go today. Rahul, the Scrum Master. Sure, Amit. Can you do the search functionality? Amit, who's the lead developer. Yes. So I'm sharing my screen. And here's the search bar. I will type customer ID. And this you can see, nothing happened yet. Because we have not integrated the backend API. There is no connection. It works well in my local machine. It's just that it does not work in this environment. But visually, it's all done. So we have marked this user story as closed. Priya. Hey, wait, Amit. While you were sharing, what is that export to PDF button? I did not see that in the sprint backlog. Amit. Oh, yes. I had some extra time, so I thought that let's build this feature. It's looking cool, isn't it? Priya says, I'm seeing this for the first time. Okay, Suresh, do you like this button? Suresh says, I don't care about that button. I asked for a report feature 3 sprints back. Where's that? Priya says. We didn't get to that, but look, I'm formally accepting this search feature right now because Amit has shown the UI, and that's how I'm marking it as accepted in Jira. Suresh said, "Hey, but the search didn't work. You said the API isn't connected. I can't give feedback on just the UI." Priya says, "Ha, we are really not looking for a feedback right now, Suresh. We just need you to approve so that we can deploy it." Suddenly, the room goes quiet as junior developers are looking at the floor. They know that the code is not done, API is not built. And Rahul, the Scrum Master, knows that. So he quickly changes the slide. After some time, you see Suresh is yawning, checking his watch, and other stakeholders completely passive, unengaged. Rahul just in rush says that, okay, this is the end of the presentation. Thanks for joining on your sprint review. The meeting is over. Wow. Did you observe the anti-patterns?
Yes.
Now I'm inviting you all on Mural. You have the Mural link with you. I am sharing it in our WhatsApp group. Uh, where is our, yeah. So in the WhatsApp group, I am sharing the Mural. Please join and let me show you what you have to do here. So what all you observed? For example, you observed demo is, I'm just giving you an example, PPT based. But then why? Why is it PPT based? And then come up with a corrective action. So for every anti-pattern that you observed, you need to understand the reason and the corrective action. This is what you'll be doing for the next 6 minutes. I'm putting a timer of 6 minutes. There you go. So bootcamp people, please do this reflection, put it onto Mural. All right, I can see people have already started collaborating. For people who are observing over here, this is a very powerful technique, observational retrospective. Let's say you just now did your sprint planning. You might be a facilitator, but also observe the whole team dynamics. Carry a notebook like this, if you're an old school person like me, and a pen. Keep noting down these observations because you will not recollect it during the sprint retrospective. You attended a sprint review, you attended a backlog refinement, you attended a team lunch. Always keep observing anti-patterns, dysfunctions. You don't have to find the systemic reason then and there. Later on, think why did that happen? And then find out a corrective action. This corrective action will then go into your improvement backlog, right? Okay, so I'm seeing some of the, please try to connect it as well so that we can see a linking. So one of you said over processing. Uh, team felt export to PDF is easier and quicker. That's why they're doing it. Okay. Okay. So what you will be doing is focusing on the sprint backlog items and the sprint goal. Let's take 2 more minutes. Connect the observation with the systemic reason with the corrective action. After this, I will be asking interview questions on sprint retrospective. All right. So I could see some of you have highlighted that meeting started late, no time boxing, team is not following Scrum effectively. Maybe the company has a culture of it's okay to be 5 minutes late in the meeting. Meeting agenda not being met. Okay. Only Scrum team is needed for the retros. Psychological safety is missing. Okay, wonderful. Stakeholders can be invited for the reviews. They don't understand the importance. That's why they are not joining. All right, wonderful. We did not go detailed because of the limited time, but try doing this impromptu observational retrospective. Any question on this first part?
Anand, one question I have is, as a Scrum Master, we have observed some anti-patterns during the planning, the sprint review, but usually, as per our coaching, it is supposed that we should ask the questions in terms of how to trigger the team's mindset,
Mhm.
not directly asking them, right?
Yes.
So, but in this observation of retrospective, sometimes there will be not be an option to for us to speak. So, in that case, how we will be able to address it?
You mean that he observation not
Say, for
get
example.
uh-huh.
Example, the plan during the planning, we don't have the clear goal defined.
Mhm.
Okay, so I wanted to align team towards like what are their reflections over there. So it should be very planned. But team is coming up with multiple options, like something else they wanted to discuss.
Where which meeting? I'm still not clear,
In
Radha.
retrospective only, in
Uh,
retrospective,
why are you even waiting for the retrospective to discuss that? Just after sprint planning, hey friends, I observed that we are not coming up with a sprint goal. What is stopping us? I'm just curious. You already know the reason, but you're
yeah,
not telling them, you're asking them, you're letting them reflect.
okay, okay. We
Doing
don't want
that
to
in the
wait.
sprint retrospective, they'll forget that. Do it then and there.
Okay, okay, got it. Yeah, sure.
All right, let's put interview questions now. I'm going to ask two, three interview questions. One, how would you manage a retrospective where developers are getting into personal attacks or pin, finger pointing to each other? Who would like to answer this? Developers are finger pointing. How will you deal with the situation? Who would like to answer from the boot camp? Come on, I expect proactiveness. Okay, Harita, how would you answer this?
Yeah, Anand. So this is the quite common problem actually, Anand, that we all do face. Like sometimes people are finger pointing each other during especially retros. So I have experienced this in one of my previous project, journal controller project. So we were discussing actually in that retrospective we were discussing about the bugs that we have faced in our in the last sprint. So backend developers they were finger pointing our QA team that QA team was careless, because of which we have faced this issue. So uh, so being a scrum master, what I feel whenever we face this kind of situation, our goal is to shift the focus. So I have shifted my team's focus from like personal attack to, like, instead of finger pointing personally, to what allowed in our system to make this happen. I have shifted their focus from personal attack actually, and then we focused on what caused this issue. So how I identified the issue was, we have done root cause analysis with the help of fishbone diagram. So what we understood was, from our analysis was, this issue was caused not because of QA's carelessness. Actually, QAs were not having the proper access. Actually, it was because of the access issue. So what we did was, we emphasized on that access issue, and within a sprint we could able to get the access for our QAs, and that's how we resolved this issue. And what I have learned from this experience was, so people, like, whenever they feel safe, they would focus on issue, fixing the issue rather than blaming others. This is what I have learned. And whenever I come across this kind of situations, I always try to shift the focus from people to process, or people to tools. This is how I handle. Thank you, Anand.
Wow, very good answer, right? How you used practical experience and how you used star model and toward the end did a reflection, right? What was your key learning from this? Very good one. Let me put another interview question. Let me see who would like to answer that. How would you handle a request from a manager who wants to join the team's retrospective? We know retrospective is for the team by the team. Manager wants to join. How will you deal with this scenario? Who would like to answer this?
I can go ahead on.
All right, Anuradha.
Yes, Ananda, it's very quite common. Like most of the managers wanted to know like what team members are sharing in the retrospective. So it's a very common problem I have faced in my project. So the retrospective is all about how team will be reflecting on themselves during the execution of the sprint. So they have to identify their own improvement points. That is the prime goal of the retrospective. During one of my project, the one of the team member called Sam, he was very much introvert. He just was quiet during the retrospective because he was very well noticeable whenever he wanted to speak during the retrospective. He is thinking that the managers are noting him down. So he felt like better to not to add anything during this meeting. Maybe if needed, we can connect with the team later on and see what can be done. So I was observing this very quietly, and I can see that his facial expressions was like to be acting in a very smart and safe way. So later I connected with him and I tried to understand what was going with him. Then he said that, no, and rather, I don't know, but I felt like if I was able to share my thoughts, then I will be in the red-handed position so that they can blackmail me during the appraisal points and all. So I was quite embarrassed when he was telling, because retrospective is for the team, not for the uh, managers. So if managers are really interested, I suggest always they have to come back to the sprint review and add their suggestions. Then I had a one-on-one with my manager and I made them to understand that this is safe space for the team to open up and share their ideas, and they will be able to open up only when they have a feel they are having a psychological safety. Then my managers refused it, and I created a new meeting for my team, and uh, we identified the pros and cons, and then we moved on with our safe place where team members are able to open up, and there are some issues which was truly identified and we sorted it out in terms of an action points, and it has been taken care. So Scrum Master here, I would suggest, is a gatekeeper for the every meeting, who to attend, who should not attend, and always provide a very good space for the team. This was my experience.
Oh, all right, Anuradha. What I liked of your response was a smile in your face. It is contagious. When you smile, your interviewer feel relaxed. Second, what I liked was you empathized with me, which I always recommend. Second, what you did was you gave a one-liner, what is retrospective? And then you jumped into your experience sharing. I think, Harita, that part was missing in yours of empathizing and giving a one mic drop one-liner before you jumped into practical experience, which is okay. But yeah, this was much better where you share, empathized, brought a smile on your face. That adds much more value. All right, friends. So we just now saw observational retrospective. Now we will look into a data-driven retrospective. So what is data-driven retrospective? Where you come up with quantitative information from Jira, from other places, and then start analyzing those. So what kind of data? If you look into Jira, in Jira, we already have got, let's say, burn up chart, burn down chart, velocity, cumulative flow, cycle time. We have got lots of information. And historically, Scrum Masters will collect these data. I used to spend hours analyzing this data and come up with an improvement item. But thanks to AI, it just happens within few minutes. Collection of data, you might to a good extent still do manually, unless your AI tool is integrated with Jira, which is there, plugins are there. Data collection, that be manual. The rest everything can be so smoothly automated. I will share you all the scripts later on, but just let me show you. So I'll give you this Confluence document. You'll need these data, how you'll find these data. When you collect all these data, you will feed this data to this ChatGPT prompt, AI prompt basically. You'll take this AI prompt, paste it over here with all the data that has been manually collected. What are the data? You can read it later on. And we will do a much more deeper exercise of this as part of our usual bootcamp. You run this and you'll get a very beautiful report. You don't have to do anything. AI will give you very wonderful report. It will analyze everything for you. And in fact, it will come up with the action item also for you. Makes life so easy, isn't it? All you had to do is go to Jira, collect this data. Let's say cycle time report. Mine is not updated one. You'll find the cycle time. You'll go to cumulative flow diagram. It will give you a cumulative flow diagram. You'll put all these things in an image format or in a text format and then dump into this prompt, right? You see cycle time, average 6.5 days. Here, you can easily see cycle time report. Put it into the prompt and then it will generate a report like this. This data-driven retrospective is not a separate retrospective that you will do one time data retrospective, one time behavioral, and one time observational. No, you are doing all these retrospective at the same time. All right. Yes, Aruna?
Anand, I have one question here. Now, AI is a tool and we are putting our project related data. But how do we, there is a factor of the security.
No. See, most of the organizations, I got your point. Most of the organizations have a license for Copilot.
Okay.
Microsoft one. Most of the organizations are Microsoft or product-based suite, the whole suite itself. And Copilot is co-hosted.
Okay.
So you can put all these information confidently. Of course, go and check with
The
the compliance officer
confidentiality.
also, right? Most of the compliance officers should be okay with this. Because if I'm hosting it to ChatGPT or Gemini, then it's a problem. But when I'm hosting it into Copilot, I should not have a problem because it's hosted in-house.
So in continuation with that, So now that most of the interviews are concentrated towards the AI usability and how we have used, what kind of tools we have used. So, it's likely that we get some interview questions based out of this, and when they ask for this
Yes, they will be.
authenticity.
I will be sharing it to you using Copilot.
Okay.
Don't mention Gemini.
Any
Don't
other?
mention, yeah. We always use Copilot. And for this,
Are there any licensed tools apart from Copilot, if they have any specific ones?
there are some which I'm exploring to show you on a free trial version, Aruna.
Okay.
Maybe by another 2 weeks, I'll show you all.
Okay. So, but mentioning Copilot is a safe
Much
option.
safer option. Why? Because those tools, many organizations may not be using it. Copilot, most of the organizations are using it. Right?
Thank
Most
you.
of these tools are basically built on top of Copilot or a Gemini or a OpenAI, just to give you a wonderful UI feeling. That's it. You can directly access ChatGPT and uh, or Gemini rather than just using a wrapper built in on top of it. So I will be sharing with you all interview question and practice using Microsoft product for more confidence. But that does not excuse you from actually doing all these things manually. I cannot recommend you more. You need to know how to diagnose it. Internet is down and you can't even do data-driven retrospective. That's the last thing I'll be expecting from my Scrum Master. You should be able to look into the report. Let's say, for example, when you go to a doctor, MRI report is not yet done, but the plates are available. Doctors will say, okay, fair enough. I'll not look into the report will come later on. I'll look directly into the MRI plates and I can see what is the problem. You have to be like that. You don't have to rely on the AI tool to generate all these things for you. You need to be able to see the cumulative flow diagram and see where the problems are. You can pinpoint so that when you are talking to your manager, let's say Saranya, then Saranya should not be like, hey, if Anand is just using AI, let me remove AI and let me do that. Right? In fact, I recommend do it manually, then do it through AI tool, and then do the comparison. See where did you miss, because that is a gap in your knowledge. It is something like I will do calculation and I'll do manually and then do verify with the calculator. I'm using calculator to make my life easy, not make me redundant. If you completely rely on that AI tool, you will be redundant. If you're trying to use to make your life easy, but you still know the game, then you are valuable. That was about data-driven retrospective. And every sprint, you have to do it. Because this is the actual progress you are showing to your boss. You are showing that, hey, previously, our, let's say this is a poor performance one. You can say later on that, hey, previous flow efficiency was 45. Now flow efficiency has improved. This way it is reduced, has improved by 60%. Now give me extra money, give me promotion. This data will help you because at the end of the day, data speaks. Behavioral ones are very, very subjective. If you say that, hey, people attending the daily scrum and all those are very nice to have behavioral stuff. Data speaks. No one can counter on it. Now comes, okay, with the second format, observational, impromptu retrospective. You're going to do that anytime. Second is the data-driven retrospective, for which bootcamp people, we will do it more detailed later on, and I'll give you that prompt. Next comes behavioral retrospective. Under behavioral retrospective, there are many techniques. The best book I have come across is Agile Retrospective by Dinah Larsen. There are hundreds of behavioral retrospective techniques. So all those techniques like 4L, starfish, right? All those things, stop, start, all these fall under the behavioral retrospective. They're not data driven and they're not your observation alone. It's people are reflecting how to be better. Qualitative discussions. So we are going to do qualitative retrospective now. So for that, I'll once again invite you all to this area, behavioral retrospective. So people who are there on mural, let's put it into practice. We just now had our sprint review got over. Not that one. Let's say typical sprint review got over. And we want to see how can we make our sprint review better. For that, I'm inviting you all onto that yellow box first. In that yellow box, please go ahead and write some of the great ways we can mess up with our sprint review. How to make your sprint review so bad that people go crazy just to see, yeah, how can someone do such pathetic sprint review? Grab a sticky note, put it over there. Something like unplugging the network wire, poisoning the stakeholders. Come up with as many techniques on how can you mess up with your sprint review. I'll give you all 1 minute for that.
Hi, Anand, can I get the viral link?
Himanshu, this is only for bootcamp people.
Okay,
You all are observers, they are participants.
okay.
All right, friends. Let's see how it is all unfolding. Eating during sprint review. Okay. Demoing undone work. What else? Okay. Seeing your mobile phone, speaking on a non-related topics and a non-English language as well. Okay. Now, while they are doing it, this is being done by the developers, Scrum team, not Scrum Master. Scrum Master did observational retrospective. Now, here you are asking team to reflect how to make the Scrum sprint review very bad. And I am using one of this behavioral technique called anti-problem. When you ask people how to do things better, people will say everything is good. Everything is excellent. We don't have anything to improve. What did I do? How to make it bad. People generally are very good in coming up with wrong things, negative things. So immediately people will come up with lots of negative points. Okay. Now that, and in the real world, it will be much more sticky notes. Looking into these sticky notes, what can we do? What are we currently doing in our sprint review, which is in some form or the other like this? For example, are we busy checking our WhatsApp message? Are we multitasking? Are we speaking on non-related topic in our real sprint review? Then please drag and drop it over here. Wrong choice of color. Let me change the color of the background. Maybe this will be better. Yeah. So if you see any of these behaviors which you have highlighted over here happening in our real sprint review, please drag and drop it into the second box. And I appreciate complete honesty over here. Now you will see team will move. Team will move almost 90% of their sticky notes, 80 to 90% into the second box. And even if they don't move all, it's okay, fine. All right, friends, thank you. Whatever they have done, good enough. For every anti-pattern that you have identified, may I request you all to come up with a one action item, one observable behavior that you will change. And I would appreciate writing like this. I, Anand, commit. So if you are part of any of these, then grab a sticky note and put your name against it and mention what is that one behavioral change you will do. I could see Aruna and Anuradha. What about others? And now, can you please read that loud? One
Shall
by
I go
one.
ahead?
Yes, one by one. Read out loud.
I, Aruna, will make sure that I will select the user stories which are meeting definition of done for demo.
Thank you. Aruna?
I, Anuradha, will not multitask during any meetings.
Thanks, Anuradha. Who's next? I think Saranya.
Saranya. Yes, Saranya, will commit to follow one at a time principle, removing multitasking stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. And Harita?
I, Harita, make sure that the agenda is clear for sprint review and team is following the same.
All right. Thank you. Now, you saw, my friend, I did not tell you how to improve or where to improve. You did a self-reflection and you came up with one behavioral change. And even if all of them would have not come, only two people would have come up with a corrective action. That's also good. Others will follow later on. Right now, they don't trust this whole process of behavioral retrospective. Later on, when they start building the trust that, hey, even a senior manager like Aruna and Harita are coming up with their improvement, let me also do it. Lead by example. And when you read that card loud, you are doing a social commitment. So now Anuradha has explicitly told she will not multitask, and everyone has heard it. Now, consciously, Anuradha will try not to multitask. It is something like on a New Year resolution, I will say, I will not smoke. I will consciously try not to smoke in public. I may continue smoking secretly. That is the power of uh, explicit. So, those action items should be explicitly read. All right, friends. So these are the three retrospective techniques. The book which I was talking about is Agile Retrospective by Diana Larsen. The book is there in the Google Drive. If you're there in the WhatsApp group, alumni group, you'll find that book over there. So Diana Larsen for behavioral retrospective, observational retrospective, you'll be applying those Edgar, SCARP, lean waste, all those techniques for your observational retrospective. And for data-driven retrospective, you already have lots of information in Jira. You'll be collecting that. If you have an AI tool, it will even collect the data from AI, and then you can use any of your AI tool, Microsoft Copilot also. That will also do the job for you. And for the bootcamp people, I will share this ChatGPT prompt. We'll have a detailed session where we'll be going through all of that in detail. So I hope you people enjoyed this retrospective. Any question? All right. So now I'm formally closing that bootcamp part and I'm opening the floor for people to be aware of what is this bootcamp program. So this bootcamp program is a kind of a mentoring program where most of the Scrum Masters, product owners are looking for a right guidance. It's something like going to the gym. You can do all the exercises by yourself. You have to do it, right? No one will be lifting weight on your behalf. You have to do it. But which weight to use, which exercise to do, what to do the frequency, that you can also find out from internet. But you need someone to observe you. You are looking for someone who can be like a personal trainer for you. Because when you invest onto that personal trainer, you get expedited result. You do that by yourself, you will be running around the bush, doing experimenting, searching. Time is money. You'll be wasting it. So that's the whole purpose of a boot camp, where it gives you a very, very structured personal trainer path, where I will be mentoring, as Saranya and Praful was saying, I'll be mentoring you toward your career. Whether you're looking for a job change, like in case of Saranya, or whether you are in your current job only, not looking for a job change, but want to do great in your current job. For example, Rashi. Different people join. Rashi joined the bootcamp not to switch to a different job. Rashi joined because she want to do great into her career. And very frequently she comes with a challenge, practical challenges, and we troubleshoot that. So our bootcamp runs for 4-5 weeks. It generally goes beyond 5 weeks, where this is the detailed agenda you can find. I'm putting that into the chat window if you are looking forward. Yeah. Where it's a week by week program. We will be helping you with real hands-on scenarios. Most of the Scrum Masters, product owners, they do not have practical experience to confidently be able to present themselves. So we give you practical real world scenario for you to solve. And we do all these things live on Jira. You can watch a previous recorded video, how it was all done by the bootcamp people, how they very well structured it. Anirudh was taking through it. Then we prepare lots of interview questions, like the way you just now saw, how confidently Anuradha, Harita, they were answering. People are getting job. Just we had this month itself, two of them joined. And it's a week by week. So you can find the entire schedule on this website, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. There will be some spillover. And as Praful was also saying, we keep on updating. So even this is an outdated one. We keep on adding new curriculum so that it can help you into your journey. So the whole program will be divided into week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. You'll have a Google Drive access when you join the boot camp. So let's say if I'm talking about week 1, then week 1, if you're a Scrum Master, you will be looking into, okay, what will be your onboarding plan? So what will be doing the first 5 days, what you don't want to do, what will be your daily calendar, all these things will be tracked in Jira as a action item. If you're a product owner, for example, Sid is joining the bootcamp as a product owner, then he will be going through the entire design thinking exercise. I will be giving him a business problem and he will be working through the entire design thinking. And this is just a first 1 week agenda, of course, and come up with what are the features that we have to deliver. These features is what he will be working with the Scrum team to get it delivered in Jira. So like if you see this Jira, so this is what we will start working on. Right, so he'll be coming up with Epic and Jira and all these things we will be doing live. And for every such week, AI summary will be generated for every day. So even if you are missing out some part, you can go through the AI summary, which is of a very good quality. Right? And even if you feel like, no, I'm missing out, while the session starts at 8 o'clock, 7:30 to 8 o'clock, I will be there to do your doubt clarification from the previous session. And we will be sharing some interview questions. How can you apply lean thinking? How can you metrics related interview questions? So every week we will be going through such. You'll be provided with. So you saw that anti-pattern that they were discussing. So we will be having such data, also some stuff shared with you. Like for example, for this anti-pattern, how to diagnose it, what could be the systemic reason, what could be the action item, what could be the possible interview question, and how can you be answering those questions. We'll be sharing lots and lots of such artifacts. And as Saranya and Praful both were saying, it's not only me, it's learning from each other. So you'll be doing lots of practice among each other so that your learning is really, really solidified. You'll be getting that whole ecosystem where you'll be learning with each other, staying motivated, staying accountable. In fact, in my bootcamp itself, I cover PI planning and all those things as part of my bootcamp. And as I said, I'm going to introduce some of the project management, PMP concepts as well. So it gives you a more holistic development. You'll be learning. Saranya joined as a Scrum Master, but she ended up learning of a product owner and she joined a product owner. Right. So I do not limit only to one area. I want to make you kind of a full two doctor, like understand the whole bigger picture so that then you can decide what should be your career choice. We help you with your resume writing. So we will be sharing with you some sample resumes and what should be there in your networking and personal branding. So what kind of wordings should go in your resume, right? What kind of interview words that you should be using, how to make your LinkedIn content, how to record videos, sample resume. We will be sharing with you all lots of such information. Now coming to the price part, this is the last batch where I am giving a discount of 38,500 rupees fee. Next time, I'm going to surely increase. So the actual price is 45,000, but this is the last batch I'm going to give a discount. And the batch is starting from tomorrow. And you don't have to pay full upfront. You have to pay per week. So 9,500 rupees for 4 weeks is what you have to pay. And once you join one bootcamp, you can keep on joining subsequent batches for free. You don't have to pay for it. And I generally recommend people to join, so that one time you join, you will be learning. Next time when you join, you'll become an expert. First time, it will be just for you to observe all the content. Next time will help you accelerate. And in fact, after 2 years also, 1 year also, you feel like, hey, I want to switch my job, join for free. That's the advantage you'll be getting. Now, should you have more question, I'm happy to connect with you all. I'm giving you my mobile number. If you're planning to join the current batch, which is starting tomorrow, you can reach out to me after this. I'm happy to pick up your call, have a one-on-one, or just send me a WhatsApp message, and I'm happy to share with you the details. So with that, friends, I am closing this. Thank you. Have a good weekend.